Hey, what's up? This is video number 7. I'm back with another video, and in this video, now I'm going to talk about the reality of masculinity, the truth about a man that knows his worth. Alright, remember this, real men do not need to compete with other men to feel like they have something. Yes, we can compete with men for fun, but never based off of trying to prove we're better. Understand that? We can compete with them for fun. Understand the difference, okay? Now, a man is not supposed to compare his life to another man. He's not supposed to base his worth off of money, material, gifts, spiritual, all of that. A man's not supposed to base his worth off of what he have and don't have. That's not a real man. A man's not supposed to base his worth off of what he have and don't have. A man's supposed to base his worth off of just existing. Just the fact that you are you. That's how you embrace your true self. Masculinity, that's what being a real man is about. It's about being your true self, being who you are. If you base your worth off of what you have and don't have, you are a loser. The real definition of it. So be aware of that, men out there in the world. Boys, men of all ages. Be aware that you are worthy because you exist. Be aware that all that matters is what you say about yourself, because that's the definition of universal masculinity. Understand that, people. Alright? So, any man out there who's brainwashed, wake up. Stop comparing yourself to other men, because that is not manly. That is just a man thinking like a woman. Stop thinking with your fucking emotions and think with your true state of mind. If you don't, it will lead to your death, destruction, like it always does. So anyway, and you will suffer greatly. You end up in prison. You know, you'll get things will happen to you in so many ways because you have no self-control. You have to prove something to someone else, and that's what leads to your wherever goes on in your life. That leads you in jail or bad situations. I'm just letting you know, man. Like this happens to a lot of men all the time. That's why I say, know your worth. A real man does not need to destroy another man to feel superior. Neither does another man have to compete with another man to feel like they're better. A man feels powerful by himself, and he does not compare who he is with others. He is powerful by himself for simply existing. I want men out there to understand this, to wake up from what the definition of masculinity, what has been taught to them. I want men to understand a man's masculinity have nothing to do with woman either, because a man exists separate. A man exists solely separate from woman. It has nothing to do with woman. Remember this: women are the one who come from men. That's why they're called XX. They're made from our X side. Yeah, the X within us. Women are taken from that piece of us. That's why they're called a half, while men are called the complete. Okay, we're the completes. The reality is this: women need men. Men don't need women. Why do you think we're called opposites? Because we literally are opposites. So yeah, I just gotta let men out there know this, alright? So anyway, your self-worth is dependent on you, what you know about yourself. If you brainwash yourself, then that's your fault. I'll just leave it at that. If you think you're not worthy just because you don't have this, or you want that, or you compare yourself to someone else, that is your fault. Yep, unless you become aware of your worth, what it really is, yeah, that's all I can say, man. Remember this. Your worth is not based off what you have and don't have. Your worth is based off just pure existence, just the fact that you're male. Okay? By being an extension of the dark, the Father in heaven, the one that started existence, we have the same nature as the Father in heaven. That's why our nature is like that, Yeah, that's why, our true power is self-love, is just being proud of being who we naturally are. Alright? So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, man. So I'm going to repeat until it's sticking people's heads for them to comprehend this. Real men don't need to destroy another man to feel superior about themselves. A man feels powerful, superior just by himself. He doesn't have to compare himself to others. Your life is not worth off of having money or not, or another lie to expose. There's no such thing as the best version of yourself, according to the world system. You're the best. You already are the best version of yourself just by existing. Yes, life is meant to be enjoyed. Life is not meant to base your worth off of something. It's not wrong to have money, wealth, things. Just do not base your worth off of it. That's what I'm saying. Hey, if you really think like that, man, out there, like you base your worth off of what you don't have or do have, that's your fault. So I'm just leaving it at that. So, okay, understand that, man. You're supposed to enjoy what you have. You're not supposed to base your worth off of it. And you're not supposed to show off to other men. What are you, a woman? Well, why do you feel the need? Like, you'll get a car, for example, right? And then you'll flex it. Why do you feel the need to flex what you've gotten when you could just enjoy it? When you could just ride around in it and just do your own thing? Be to yourself. Go out to buy something. Eat at a restaurant. Whatever you do is fun. Go to a theme park with friends. Or just go by yourself, or however you choose to do it. I'm just saying. The fact that you flex to other people shows you care what other people think. And you base your worth off of what other people think. Your self-worth is tied to other people, not you. That's basically what you're showing. If you can't be powerful on your own, then you might as well die. Because in order to truly live, is to not be dependent on other people's opinions. I'm just keeping it real, men out there. Wake up, man. It's not wrong having friends, family. Just don't base your worth off of them, okay? Understand that, man. Because the true essence of masculinity is to be a master, Be your true self. Don't feel pressure to do anything, alright? Don't be evil. Control the evil instead of letting it control you. Like I said, our X chromosome, our ego, our emotion side within us is created to be controlled. That's the purpose of evil. Is to be used, controlled as a weapon. For example, when you get violence, that's whenever you fist fight a man, a fight of honor, man to man, that's you using your fighting through your chaos side manifested as violence. Remember, you're controlling it though. That's the thing. Yeah. You don't fight someone because they said something with words. You fight anyone who's dumb enough to put their hands on you. Okay, I'm just using that as an example about control of the ego side. The ego is supposed to be used. It's supposed to be controlled. It's not supposed to control you. So for example, if other men say words at you, remember, it's just words. Don't care. Yeah, treat them like you would treat a woman. What they say and do have no worth, no substance to your mind. Any man who thinks like a woman must be treated like a woman. They must be ignored. Oh yeah. You gotta remember that, because any man who thinks with his ego is a woman in a man's body. You gotta realize that, okay? Because women are made from the X part of a man. So, any man who thinks with their X side is unbalanced. Understand that. So, boys and men out there, this is for you. Your worth is not based off what you have and don't have. It's based off of your existence alone. All you have to do is realize that. So, remember, the things that you do have or don't have, just enjoy it. Be thankful. Life is meant to be enjoyed, alright? It's not meant to say, hey, look at me, I got this. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Understand that, man. Okay? So just be aware of that. If you flex on other people, then you care what they think. Yeah. And you hate yourself. Because if you can't find joy in yourself, then you're a man who thinks like a woman with your emotion. You think with your emotion. You care what people think. You're not a complete man. You're not in your right state of mind. So, understand that, right? So, don't base your worth off of what you have and don't have. Base your worth off of just knowing yourself that you exist. That's all that. Yeah. Men are powerful on their own. Men just gotta realize that. Any man who suffers or ends up falling for traps of the world system, they go to jail because they hear what everybody says, or that's on them. Like I said, because you're brainwashed, you're not in your right state of mind. So this is a message to males out there, okay? If any male got any questions, leave in the comments. But other than that, I'm at past the 10-minute mark, so peace.